Alright, welcome everybody to the Nintendo Castle Podcast with me, Colin, your podcast host, here with Kiki.
What? Hi.
Mark.
Hello.
Tato. I don't like calling you Tato, I'll call you Courtney. Hi, Courtney. And Chris.
Hello.
And Reagan.
Hi. So, we have a lot planned for this podcast of ours. Reagan, or Fused, will only be showing up at the end again. So, yeah, look forward to that. And we have the news after this, and an interview with Mike from Zelda Eternity, and a staff interview with Kiki here, because we didn't put it in the last podcast for various reasons. And the review of Mario Kart 7 done by me, and a round table with all of these fine folks here.
Never play Mario Kart with Colin.
Yeah.
Ever.
Shut up.
Trust me. Don't do it.
I'll be sure not
That's
to.
it, so, see you in the news.
Alright. There was a 3DS firmware up. There was a 3DS firmware, or... Yeah, 3DS firmware update, that's it.
Not yet.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know
There will be
anything
a
about it.
There will be a 3DS firmware update the 25th.
Yes. Listen to Lark, he's a smart guy.
I am just
Okay.
reading the article off of the site.
Thank you.
Basically, the biggest thing is they will be having folders, kind of like the iPhone home screen. You can make folders and put items into the folders. Make it more organized.
Yeah.
Heal.
Okay.
So... Still Lark.
Okay. Moving on to the rest of the news. We have heard from Nintendo that there will be a new
Recording!
Super Mario Bros. 2 for the 3DS. So I'm excited. I never played the first one, actually.
Neither have I.
You two are horrible people.
I got the one
Yeah,
for the
horrible
DS.
No, Tato. I
Mhm,
am personally
Colin.
confused. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. The first two were pretty goddamn awesome. I only recently finished it.
Was that necessary?
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes. Yes.
Say
it-
sorry to all the young viewers.
I'm sorry, young viewers.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That was not very sincere.
Screw you, Lark.
Moving on.
Yes. Moving on.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay. The black and white 2 starters are going to be the same as the black and white starters.
Yes.
Boring.
Be Snivy.
Yeah.
Taste
Snivy,
Snivy.
Tepig, and Oshawott.
I always pronounce it Tapig. Oh.
Tepig. How would you pronounce it? Did he just leave?
I'm sorry, my parents are talking. Anyway, Kid Icarus it was revealed that Kid Icarus sold 135,000 copies in its first week of release, which is pretty awesome.
I like that game.
Yes,
I haven't played it yet.
I had to tell you to stop playing it.
Yes, because it's more fun than this is.
Well, this isn't supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be informative and great.
It's supposed to... Why would it not be fun? People listen to it for fun.
Tato,
Yes.
what's the hardest difficulty you've played on Kid Icarus?
I played it on 9, but I haven't beaten it on 9. Anything on 9.
Recording!
I'm gonna try to do the entire game on 9 difficulty.
Have fun with that. Because I'm not doing that.
How can you just keep playing it if you've already beaten it?
Because it's fun.
I mean, what other game modes are there? I have yet to get it. I'm getting it for my birthday, probably.
There's a treasure hunt thing where you try to accomplish certain things, like achievements. And then there's an online mode where you can fight other people.
I see. Is the online active?
Hmm? Oh, yeah.
Heal.
Heal.
Heal. Tato.
Can't wait to play.
The kilo.
Mark.
My turn.
Yes.
the release date for Black and White 2 has been announced for June 23rd. Is that for America or is that for Japan?
That would be for Japan, I believe. Tato! Oh my god,
What?
stop it!
I dropped a coin. Calm down.
Viewers don't know what I'm going through right now.
It's just a
They can
coin.
guess.
Calm down.
No. Pandas. Okay, so
Okay.
up next oh, that's all for news this month. April's been a pretty slow month. Pretty short news segment. And up next we have an interview with Mike from Zelda Eternity, and after that an interview with Kiki. So, yeah.
Kiki.
Kiki.
So, yeah, be excited for that.
Yay. Yay.
And welcome everybody to the interview, with me and Lork interviewing Mike from Zelda Eternity. Say hello.
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 I am Mike from Zelda Eternity.
Alright, so let's just start this then. Tell us the story of Zelda Eternity's founding.
Well, it pretty much all started roughly in, I think, 2007. I was trying to get a Zelda site going, but I just couldn't. Like, I liked designing, like putting together a layout, but yeah, like I like putting together layouts, but I wasn't really a content kind of guy back then, and I didn't really look for any staff members or anything, and so they kind of died off. And it wasn't until 2008 I was working on a site called Stone Tower Temple at the time, doing the same thing I was normally doing, and then a guy named Max, who owned a site called Zelda Haven, I was an affiliate with him, but at the time he asked if he wanted to go through with a merger, to merge our two sites together, and we discussed it, but it didn't really go anywhere for a while. And also at the time I wanted to start off a Smash Bros site, and I pretty much had it already, but then I started losing interest, and I think this was about a month before Zelda Eternity opened, but I talked to him again, and then stuff happened, and blah blah blah. Zelda Eternity was created November 1st, 2008, and opened November 15th, and I consider the 15th its actual birthday.
Okay. Very long history of Zelda Eternity. On to the next question, I suppose. What is your favorite Zelda game, other than the obvious Majora's Mask?
I'd have to say probably, I think The Wind Waker. I really love The Wind Waker. It's a fun game. And a lot of people complain about the whole sailing aspect and the graphic style for the game. But I don't know, it's really charming, and I really like sailing the sea. Like, it might feel bland after a little while if you keep doing it, but I don't know, there's just, it's kind of peaceful sometimes when you're not running into enemies. Rather calm at night. And plus there's a lot of stuff to collect, and one thing I really love about Zelda games is the amount of stuff you can collect that are actually worth collecting. Like in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, some of the items weren't even worth collecting, to be honest.
Yeah. Except maybe the pose, which wasn't really much of a reward after that.
Yeah.
So, is that it?
I guess, my other favorite Zelda game, I'd say maybe the Minish Cap. I really like the like I like the style of the game.
Props to you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sort of tuned up Four Swords feel. Like Four Swords, it had its style, but it felt kind of But I felt that the Minish Cap really, did things well. I don't know. I like the whole Kinstone fusion thing. turning into a small version, like shrinking down and exploring the world from like an ant's perspective. I don't know, I really like that.
Yeah.
And
I
the
wish I had known that.
dungeons and items were pretty awesome too.
So, why is Majora's Mask your favorite Zelda game?
I don't know, the game just appeals to me the most. Like, before I played the game, Ocarina of Time was my favorite, because it was the only Zelda game I played at the time. But when Majora's Mask came into the picture, it was a full-blown sequel to Ocarina of Time. I don't know, it's just the story, the characters, the gameplay, the masks. I don't know, it just appealed to me more. And I like the whole 3D engine, and you got, like, saving the Termina from the moon falling down. I don't know, it's just, I find the game so appealing, and whenever I play it, I feel really happy, because it's a fun game, lots of stuff to get, and it's like it mixes traditional Zelda with new elements, and it's really something I like, and I think Majora's Mask pulled it off well.
It's such a depressing game, yet it makes you so happy.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just, like, the dungeons are great. Like, I don't really care about the number of dungeons, just, like, what there is to do in the dungeons that matters. Like, Stone Tower Temple is hands down probably the best Zelda dungeon in the series, in my opinion.
So, the past 2 years you've had a Zelda marathon during the summer. Do you plan on repeating it again this year?
We have talked about it. I'm not quite sure if there will be one.
Dogs.
It's possible that there will be. Like, I'm not in charge of the marathon. I think it's Garrett and, like, a couple of the other staff on the site that, like, talk about it the most. So, I'm guessing if there was one last year, then there will more than likely be one this year. When that will be, I don't know. We'll talk about it some more and see if it will happen, and we'll announce a date. And yeah, I don't really have much to say on it right now.
Alright. How do you feel about the way Zelda Eternity is headed as a website?
I'm rather proud of it, because this is the first site that I've ever managed to keep going, and especially for this long. I mean, it's in its third year now, and I don't know, I'm happy to see it, like, survive this long, especially since Zelda sites nowadays are, like, there aren't as many as there used to be, and the whole, just like how everything's going now, like, because Zelda Dungeon's becoming its own big thing, Zelda Universe is its own big thing, Zelda Informer, it's like not even a Zelda site anymore.
Nope.
I know.
I don't know, it's just like, the community's it's lost a bit of its charm.
Yeah, a lot of these smaller Zelda fan sites are vanishing very fast.
I know, it's kind of depressing, because, like, back in 2004, 2005, when I started, like, visiting the Zelda community, like, going through the different sites, there were a vast variety of them. All of them had these unique designs, and it was so nice to look at, but now it's just, everything's all blog format for the layouts and stuff, which is to be expected, because social networking is becoming a big thing, and you want to have a site that's presentable and easy to navigate, so.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to keep this site going as long as I can.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Psst, Mark.
I'm getting too infused. God. Okay, what projects are you currently working on?
The staff. I think I think our new staff member, Mhave, he's working on a link to past content right now, and I think he's working on some boss battle videos for Skyward Sword as well. And of some Skyward Sword content too. As for Garrett, I think he's still working on the Phantom Hourglass written site walkthrough. Not really sure what's going on with the others right now because I've been busy with school the past months or so. But I'm out of school now, but whatever. As for me, I've been working on revamping the Majora's Mask section. I'm just about finished with it. I have a couple more guides to modify and update, and then I'm gonna write a new guide, and then once that guide's written, I'm just gonna make like a full-blown update, just like,
I updated all these pages, and I also wrote a new one, so you can go check it out if you feel like it. You know, it's not a big deal.
yeah. And we're hoping to get our actual podcast going back up soon.
Wait, what? What?
What?
That is awesome. Continue.
No, it's because, like, our podcast has been dead pretty much since, I think, last January or whatever. And we've been trying to get it back up, but, like, everybody's been lazy because we're so lazy. We're a lazy bunch. We're so laid back. It's kind of terrifying sometimes. Especially for me, because I have to, like, make sure everybody's doing their jobs.
So, what do you think about the future of Zelda as a whole? In other words, are you satisfied with the direction Zelda is heading?
It's kind of a hit or miss. I like where it's going, like, I like some of the changes that they've made to the formula, but at the same time, I prefer the traditional feel more. It's just like, you got, like, this massive overworld and locations to explore. And, I don't know, I think Skyward Sword, it kind of divided things up a bit, because it's just like, you got this hub world in the sky, some islands, but then there's the areas, like the 3 different locations on the surface world, but there's not really much to do, and, like, they're not joined together like a real overworld. It just feels so bare. Like, I like the idea that they made the areas feel more like dungeons, but it's just like, there's hardly anything to do. Like, there aren't many characters to talk to. Like, you think that there'd be more Gorons, more Magmas, more Kikwis or stuff like that. I don't know. But with the new Zelda coming for Wii U and a new Zelda for 3DS coming, there's a lot of possibilities that they can do. And, like, I think with the Zelda 3DS game right now, they're probably going to focus more on the circle pad, I think. So we could see something like a more traditional feel that way, with some touchscreen controls. I doubt it'd be anything like Ocarina of Time 3D, unless the rumors about like a Link to the Past remake or like a new story based on it are true, like in terms of gameplay and that. And as for Zelda Wii U, it's like I could see it somewhat being similar in the sense, or something like Ocarina of Time 3D, where you can use the tablet screen as the menus and everything. But as for actual gameplay, bugger if I know, I have no idea. But for the most part, I'm satisfied. It's just like, I don't think they should go too far from the actual formula.
Alright. Do you remember your first video game? If so, what was it?
Well, the first video game I ever got, I actually got 3 video games at once, and this was when I first got my first console, the Nintendo 64, in Christmas of 1999. I'm pretty sure I got Donkey Kong 64, Toy Story 2, and I think NHL 99, I can't remember. But I always considered Donkey Kong 64 to be my first video game. And I really loved that game. Just like the music, the style, the gameplay, it was a lot of fun, like unlocking new characters, going through all the different levels and everything. It was just pretty cool. And I loved the hub world, just like a giant DK head island and like a giant mechanical boat Kremling thing. It's just funny. But that game brings back so many memories.
Alright, what is your favorite non-Nintendo game?
Well, I don't know, like, Banjo-Kazooie, it's a Nintendo game, but it's also on Xbox Live Arcade, so it's kind of like in the in-between stage. But, like, an actual non-Nintendo game, I'd probably say Fallout 3. That game is just so massive.
More props to you. More props to you.
It's my favorite game of this generation. It offers so much. Like, the overworld is huge. There's like a lot of quests, a lot of weapons to get, and it even has 5 downloadable content packs, which each bring like at least 3 to 5 extra hours of game, like story and weapons and gameplay to the game. And it's just a lot of fun, and you could play that game for hours. I love the whole post-apocalyptic world set in like a 50s theme. So there's like a lot of old weapons along with like laser weapons and plasma weapons and stuff like that. It's really cool. I'd recommend that game to anyone. Like if you like RPGs and if you're fond of the first person style, then I think you'd like Fallout 3. I definitely
got the Game of the Year edition.
Good man. Because it's cheaper to get the Game of the Year edition.
Yes, it is. Exactly why I got it.
Yeah.
Alright. Wait, Lark, did you have something to ask him or not?
Yeah,
Well,
you said you had like a bonus question or something?
Oh, yeah, back when on the question about where you think Zelda was heading, there was Shigeru Miyamoto announced that he wanted to do a Link to the Past sequel.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know your thoughts on that.
I think it'd be pretty cool, but the thing is, I have no idea how, like, what it could be. It's just like, because pretty much Ocarina of Time's story is, like, it's similar to Link to the Past story. Just like, because like, Ocarina of Time's basically a 3D Link to the Past, in a sense. So, like, to make a sequel, the story would have to be completely different. Just like how with Majora's Mask, the story was completely different. Like, it had the same character, had the same main item from Ocarina of Time, but just like everything else was different. So they'd have to do something like that in terms of like the story, the characters' gameplay, and stuff like that. But the thing that makes A Link to the Past so great is the actual gameplay itself and the dungeon design. So you'd have to keep those things in mind if you were to make a sequel to that game, but also add in new creative changes, like specific gameplay aspects and stuff. Like with Majora's Mask, like it felt real, like it had an Ocarina of Time feel, but it also had like its own unique feel. Like you could use the transformation masks, and like there were the owl statues where you could warp, rather than having like 5 different songs in Ocarina of Time.
Those are fun.
Alright.
But yeah, I'd love to see a sequel as long as it's done right and stays true to whatever Zelda's best at.
Alright, so I think that's all the questions we have for you. So, thanks for letting us interview you, and next segment will be something I don't remember, but it'll be fun and awesome, I bet, so...
Yes, it will.
Yeah. Say goodbye, Mike.
Bye, everybody who actually listens to this and likes me and stuff. Don't forget, ZeldaEternity.com. Shameless plug.
Welcome everybody to the third of 3 staff interviews, the final one. Unlike the other 2, it's just me this time, fused. Here with potassium iodide, or Kiki. Say hello.
Hi.
Take 3, so... First question. Why did you decide to join the Nintendo Castle team?
Well, I decided it would be a good idea since I wanted to get back into writing again, and I just wanted to help out with the site since it seems to have a lot of promise. And plus I have a few friends there that kind of pushed me into joining, such as yourself and Big Flying Potato. That's really it.
Have any favorite Mario or Zelda games, and how about a favorite Pokemon generation?
Well, way back before I could even read, I grew up playing Super Mario World and A Link to the Past, and those two games have kind of stuck with me ever since and introduced me into the series, so I think those are my favorite, but I really like the more modern games such as Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, as well as Skyward Sword that just came out a few months ago. My favorite Pokemon generation is probably going to have to be Generation 2, which is Johto, because they're just some of the Pokemon are really cool, and I like the fact that there are baby Pokemon introduced. It's kind of neat.
Alright. How do you feel being the senior citizen of the staff?
It doesn't bother me really. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward because like some of the things people say make me realize that I'm that old, but otherwise I don't really feel any different from anybody else, which is, I like that, so.
What projects do you plan on working on while you're here?
Well, I want to write a few guides. Right now, I'm working on a few guides for Kirby Air Ride, and I'm thinking about maybe doing a series of articles on the music in a few different Nintendo series. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's it. So
Okay.
we had planned, so, yeah, I do know what's after this, and that would be the... And now, for my I Am the Few Shadows review of Mario Kart 7. The controls in Mario Kart 7, unlike some other 3DS titles, are very user-friendly and allow you to use items as well as execute other actions while maintaining your acceleration. Most Mario Kart games are like this, but this one especially fits the hand very well and allows you to become very immersed without control problems getting in the way. Overall, the controls work, plain and simple. As for level design, I found the courses to be both unique and entertaining. With the addition of the hang glider and underwater segments, old stages have had a complete rehome, while new stages allow for very long periods of underwater racing as well as flight. These segments break up the normally tedious flow of gameplay in Mario Kart games, and make this game that much more fun and entertaining. Much like the previous two Mario Kart games, this game features 8 cups each, with 4 separate levels. 4 of these cups contain levels from previous games, while the other 4 contain completely new levels. A perfect example of this amazing level design in this game is the new Rainbow Road, which unlike previous Mario Kart games, takes place near actual planets in space. I found myself to be in awe as I drove on the planets themselves and experienced reduced gravity. In addition to this, the difficulty was enough to break up my awe with rage as I fell off the course and was put in dead last. A new feature of this game, different from previous games, is the ability to swap parts of your kart and unlock new parts. You have 3 separate classes of parts you can unlock: the body, the wheels, and the hang glider. Although this feature was unique and very helpful in the actual game, I felt like it could use some balance work, since in the end I just used one combination near the beginning of the game, unable to adjust any of the others. Still, it's a nice feature that should be included in future games, with a little bit more polishing, of course. I was disappointed, as I was with Mario Kart Wii, in the lack of importance placed on the characters themselves. I greatly missed the days when the characters would decide what carts you got, and nothing else. Another thing that disappointed me was a relatively small amount of playable characters, although that is an extremely minor complaint. The new items in this title include the Leaf, the Fire Flower, and the Lucky 7. The Leaf is by far my favorite item added to the series yet. It gives you a tail, which you can use to hit people around you. Fire Flower allows you to shoot fire in quick succession, much like a green shell, much faster and much more dangerous. And then there's the Lucky 7, which gives you a random assortment of items to use as they spin around you. All around, these items make the game much more competitive and fun. The balancing in this game is better than in Mario Kart Wii, but could still use work. I can tell you from experience that sometimes you'd prefer it if the blue shell was just plain thrown out of the entire series. This is a common complaint among semi-professional Mario Kart players, and one that I've defended for years among family and friends. Other than the blue shell, though, the new items add a lot of balance to the game that we just plain haven't seen in a while. A fire flower allows you to take out multiple people ahead of you, while a super leaf lets you defend your position by taking out red and green shells and knocking people out behind you. All around, this is one of the most balanced Mario Kart games out there right now. The multiplayer in this game is probably the best we've seen in any Mario Kart franchise thus far. There is little to no lag, the current community is great, and as of now, it's active enough to be enjoyable for long periods of time. I've spent many hours just playing online with random people, not to mention the time I spent playing with other Nintendo Castle staff members, who were very good at the game and beat me quite often. Potatoes could be one who said that. However, it won't be this way for long, since most Nintendo games end up losing their online communities soon after launch, and replacing them with few elites that you will always lose to, no matter the case. So if you want Mario Kart 7 for the online play, I recommend getting it soon, since your time may be drawn to a close in a couple of months or even years. As for the graphics, I personally feel like they lived up to and even exceeded my expectations while playing through the game. As mentioned earlier in the review, stages such as Rainbow Road or Maka Woohoo are simply stunning, and it just goes to show that no matter how much Nintendo focuses on gameplay, it definitely does not skimp on aesthetics. Finally, the music. The music in Mario Kart 7 was done very well, to say the least, and allows you to immerse yourself even more into the game than in previous titles. Overall, the music is not only catchy, but also atmospheric, complementing each stage extremely well. So far in the review, I have pretty much only given positive comments, but there is one last thing I want to point out before we close. No matter how much you may dress it up, this is still just another Mario Kart game, and suffered from many of the same problems in the previous titles. Your enjoyment of this game will be dependent entirely on whether or not you like previous games of the series and or Mario Kart formula as a whole. If you hated previous games, you will not enjoy this game, plain and simple. Overall, Mario Kart 7 implemented some new and exciting features to create a unique experience. The controls are great, the graphics are stunning, and the music was expertly composed. But there was still one thing missing. That one thing was what people have looked for since the first Mario Kart, and that was being differences that set it aside from other games. Since the beginning of the franchise, the games have relied on a single formula, and unfortunately, that formula did not change in the slightest for this game. It is still just another Mario Kart game. So despite all of my extremely positive comments throughout the review, I'm going to have to give Mario Kart 7 an overall 8 out of 10. See you guys next time for the Roundtable. Welcome everybody to the Nintendo Castle Roundtable with me. I'm the Truth Shadows. I'm in every podcast segment, so I don't even know why I introduced myself anymore. Here with Potato, Link 8150, Lark, some random guy Lark added named Chris, and Dodongo Bomber / Reagan the Bomber / Fool in the Rain 100 / Reagan.
/ Rego Prego / Reagan / Reagan. But good, Reagan's good.
Yeah. So, we have the topic for this roundtable would be things we want to see in the next Zelda game, since most of us come from Zelda fan sites of some sort. So, why don't you start, Tato? Yeah.
No, how could I not?
Anyone want to volunteer?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So,
don't say Link.
Okay, I'm not going to say Link. Honestly, I'm not going to say anything really specific because I don't know much about, what they're going to do with the next Zelda game. But I want to see more of a build-up of the main villain in the game, I think. Like, Demise was cool in that whole thing in Skyward Sword. But, there wasn't enough build-up. I mean, sure we saw him in prison, but I liked it how in Link's the Past, you have I don't know how to pronounce his name, like Aghanim or something like that. And you see him from the beginning and stuff, and it builds up, and then when he finally turns into Ganon at the end, it's like, oh, cool, But, there was no build-up in Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess, really. I mean, like, I would have preferred it just to say Zant for Twilight Princess. Not like I didn't enjoy the final boss fight, but just, I guess, more of a build-up of the bad guy, like they do in Final Fantasy and stuff, you know?
The Zant boss fight was easy as hell.
Yeah, but it was fun, though.
Yeah, and really cool looking, too. Really fit Zant's personality.
Yeah. I like Zant until they took off his hood. That kind of just turned me off, you know? I mean, like, he was really badass, and then took off his hood. It's like, oh, come on, dude, I don't want to see your bald head. Seriously.
He's kind of an ugly little bastard, isn't he? Anyway, anything the other four have to add in?
I want to see Link.
I told you not to say that.
Oh, I chose to ignore.
Like
What a rebel.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry, I'm back. Okay.
Tato just changed your profile picture.
Such a cute kid.
Oh, wow, it's a kid. that thing is cute. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I want to see the main enemy built up, you know, a bit more, and not have it be changed at the end randomly, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
like...
Zelda games seem to do that a lot recently.
what I want.
Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword.
Like, I knew it was going to be Ganon in Twilight Princess, but I just... I did.
She said
And
Dorf.
Dorf.
Oh, Dorf. Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Ganon, I'm tired, alright? I got, like, no sleep last night. Yeah. And I knew it was going to be him, but still, I was like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen him at all, except for that one flashback or whatever, you know, but... Yeah.
Zant made a pretty...
Return of Ganon.
Zant made a pretty badass villain through most of the game. I love that guy.
Oh, hey, Kiki's here.
Hi, Kiki.
Kiki.
Here. Oh,
Hello.
here she is. Hi.
We're in the middle of the round table. What do you want to see in the next Zelda game? Quick, quick.
Reagan.
I can't think fast.
Apparently no one here can.
Hey, Link.
No. Not Link. Or the bow and arrow.
Everybody wants to see Link.
Or Zelda.
I want to see the sky.
Yeah.
To be perfectly
Unless, like,
honest, I
Portal.
went for
That'd be
Ganondorf.
Unless they did something like Portal, because that'd be pretty cool.
Portal.
Yeah, Portal.
That would be strange.
It would, but it could work.
It could work for one or two dungeons. I don't know how it would work for the rest of the game.
They could have a dungeon
Well,
where...
dungeons are normally inside, aren't
Yeah.
they?
They could have a dungeon where you activate portals.
Futuristic Zelda. Where,
Sure,
yeah.
why not?
No,
Link has to go back and forth with Shepard and Chell and the guys from Left 4 Dead and yeah, a Valve Nintendo crossover. Let's do it.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think we lost Reagan.
Yeah, we did.
He's been gone for a while. His internet's like that.
Typical. This is internet.
Indeed. Any like specific items or characters that you want to see?
Girahim.
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 We're not doing this.
Girahim.
Girahim. Girahim.
Girahim.
Girahim.
I googled it. It's properly pronounced Girahim.
Well, who said that?
Wikipedia.
Google.
Google? What is Google now?
Everything.
Oh, now we lost Link too.
We did?
Well, Google isn't Zelda, so...
Zelda would be Zelda.
Yeah, but they also put Ocarina wrong.
They put Ocarina correct.
Ocarina.
Oh, Karina.
Because Wikipedia said...
Potato.
No, nobody says potato.
Do you want to see a musical instrument return in the next Zelda?
Sure.
Something better than the harp, because the harp sucked?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, harp sucked.
like the spirit flute.
I thought those were a bit... If they were implemented better, they would have been fucking awesome, but... Yeah.
Something more
You'd have to
interactive.
blow into the microphone.
Well... Here's the thing about my microphone. When I first got my DS, for some reason, I think a pencil got stuck in the microphone. And so when I wanted to play a game like Spirit Tracks, I had to blow like into the microphone as hard as I can in order to get it to actually activate. And it was hell trying to do the final song because you had to skip back and forth. I hated it. It's a piece of shit.
I love the final song.
Well, it was a good song, but it wasn't very...
It took me half an hour to do it.
Yeah, it was hard. That was the hardest part about the final boss fight, was that fucking song. By the way,
Only you, Colin.
you can cuss now. Because last podcast I said that it wasn't PG, so yeah. You can swear as much as you want now. Hi, Reagan!
Hi.
Get back.
I've been back for a few minutes, but like seriously, stupid internet, man.
What do you think about the spirit flutes?
The what?
The spirit flutes.
Why am I blanking out? What is that?
Spirit Tracks.
Oh, that thing.
Pan flute.
Yeah, that was fun at first. Then I realized I couldn't play the game in public because it's like, people are looking at me like, why the hell are you blowing your DS, man? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's part of the game. It's like I always get out of breath doing it too. It's like, seriously, it was fun at first. And then I was like, why can't I just push a button instead? Like, you have to blow or like talk to your DS, whatever. So sometimes I'd sing it along with it. Be like, yeah, I'd sing the note because you don't have to just blow into it, you know. But I mean, like, it's embarrassing. You can't do it in front of people, you know.
Yeah. Do you want to see a musical
I like the
instrument?
Ocarina from 3DS.
I haven't actually played that. Well, I played a bit of Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, but I haven't played the Ocarina
It's
itself.
pretty much
so.
just button pressing,
Oh, that's good.
so it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Do you want to see a musical instrument return to the next Zelda, Reagan?
Yeah, definitely. I want it to be a bit more involved than the harp of the gods,
I
which is actually
know.
a lyre. I mean, like, yeah, it was fun playing with a lyre. I just wish you'd have been more involved than just back, forth with your hands, you know?
Yeah, it's just rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was best, honestly, in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask when it was actually the main thing in the... I mean, Ocarina of Time is named after the Ocarina, you know, it's a big part of the game, and that was what was most fun, you know? Yeah.
The stealth? What?
What?
Why are we talking about Stealthos?
That's what I want to see in the next Zelda game.
Oh,
Stealthos,
cool.
yes, that'd be fun. Seeing them back.
And not just use as many bosses,
Or
but
even the
it's
Scout
actually...
Children, you know, like...
Stealth are annoying.
Well, I like it in Majora's Mask because you can talk to them with a captain's hat. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that part.
That's the only time you could ever talk to an enemy.
Like,
Yeah.
in the boat house, was it? Where you could go down... The Skulltula house in the Great Bay. Where you can hit the masks above a fireplace in a certain order and get a heart piece. You know that?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to talk to them for that? Cause
Yeah, you talk to them with this captain's hat all around the house, and they're like, they give you a hint, like, you know, blue is next to the red or whatever. You
well,
know?
I did it trial and
Wait,
error.
you just guessed it?
Yes.
Wow.
I did every possible
that's-
combination.
And it's random each time. Damn, that's good, man.
Yeah, it took me about half an hour to do.
If you'd watched my
combinations.
LP, you would have found out how to do it, but no, I'm kidding.
We're not doing shameless advertisements here.
www.youtube.com/foolintherrain100.
No, no, you don't do that, man. I just made the stupidest noise ever.
Kiki, you haven't talked in a while.
Enough. Okay. Anyway. Slash me sinks into the floor.
Nobody's going to understand that.
This is basically just banter between me, Reagan, and Tato. What are the other three doing?
So pretty much.
It's okay, that's still fun.
I can hear Chris.
He's just typing.
And I think Kiki muted her mic.
Possibly. Love her profile picture. So awesome.
Congratulations.
What?
Bye.
Kato.
Yeah.
So, unless there's any closing thoughts, that's a 10-minute roundtable right there, so I think we'll just end this.
No topic whatsoever.
Right.
Wait, I have one last thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Candace.
What if it were that Zelda was the main character?
Oh,
No. I don't think that would
Like,
work.
it's one of those old CDI games.
That's brilliant.
I wouldn't mind playing as Sheik, but not as a main.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome, Sheik. See a game.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not Zelda if you don't play as Link. You know, most of the time at least. Like, you know, you play as Cafe and Majora's Mask. That was cool.
What?
You know, but
You can?
Yeah.
yeah,
For
well,
that
yeah,
side
for
quest.
it's part of the Andrew Cafe side quest.
Oh yeah, to get the sun mask, was it? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
So maybe something like that, where you could play for a little bit as Sheik or something. That'd be cool. But like, I wouldn't want to play as Zelda as a main character. I mean, especially if it was like CDI Zelda. Like, God.
I can't wait.
You killed me. Good.
Good.
Yeah, she's good.
Could be like Super Princess Peach, except Super Princess Zelda.
A platformer with Princess Zelda and all the characters from Valve and the portal gun with
Sure.
CDI graphics.
Because everybody loves 2D platformer Zelda games.
Yes, obviously.
Got that right.
And Reagan's gone, so I think that's a great time to end this.
Yep.
So say goodbye,
Reagan's gone.
everyone.
Everybody go home.
I want to say goodbye.
Yeah, because we're combining this with the outro. So everyone say goodbye right now. God damn it.
Hi. Good morning. Hi, Kiki.
Hi, Kiki. Everyone say hi.
Hi.
Bye.
Okay. That's it. That's a wrap. We're done.
No, it's not.
Bye.
Bye, Tato.
Pandas.